Okay, looks like everything's working. The pumpkin cam is active. And we're just gonna check out the Minish Dungeon and make sure everything is good. Crunchy chair. Okay. Oh, right, I have to add the enemies. That's what I'm doing. That's my main focus. Checking the nav mesh. It looks like, yep, that barrel needs to be cut. Heard a car honk and I got confused. Okay. That one's cut. Just double check that all of these, yeah, I can't really tell with that. Just double checking that every object has been pruned. This has not. Of that. Which is fine. Actually, this is too small, so it should be cut right there. So I'm going to cut that. Ba, ba, ba. Bing, bong, bong, bong. Go. This can connect there. I'm going to make that cut out too. There. Okay. Some nav mesh back here as well. This should be cut. Now, my only hope is that it doesn't mess up the nav mesh that's on top of it. But if it does, it shouldn't be hard to repair. Ah, sure enough, it very perfectly cut that entire thing. I'm actually okay if it goes through like this. Yeah. So we're going to remake this nav mesh. don't want that. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay. This can also change. This can be over here. Make that happen. That's all okay. This I'm going to move in. Just a little bit. There we go. Scooch that in as well. There we go. That's all cut out. There should be a nav mesh on the book. Oh, that's right. Freaking troll skull. I need to fix the troll skull collision. The troll skull. Okay. Troll skull collision. I need to write that down. Troll skull collision. Oh. Okay. Oh, this thing isn't cut out either, I don't think. Yeah, okay. Cut that. Now I'm going to save. And I'll work on the troll. Oh, that cut beautifully. Why can't it all cut like that? That was really nice. I only had to adjust one thing. Okay. I will save and I'll fix the troll skull collision. Minish troll skull. Just gonna double check it. Oh, Xavier's late. Welcome. Oh yeah, the collision data didn't even apply. Yeah, it hasn't been updated. Okay. Move tools, chunk merge. Chunk merge template. Do that. And there it is. Okay. So it is meshes, architecture, temple, Minish, giant items, Minish, troll skull, Minish, troll skull, mesh data, and we'll make it bone. Oh, bone is not an option. Oh, bone is an option. Okay. Bing. Cool. I don't think there's anything. Oh, fireplace. Fireplace wood burning. Make that wood. Alright. Now let's double check to make sure that is good. Minish troll skull is good. Let's see how the fireplace is. Oh, ooh, okay. That's actually not good. We actually don't need the billboard node. I guess or the ordered node, because the fire effects are in game. Alright, so we're gonna redo that one. Okay. That's better. That's much better. Yeah, the fire effects are in game, so they shouldn't. Also, I kind of want to get rid of this ash. But that... I am very tempted, because that's something else that I could just add in game. But I think it's fine. It's not causing any problems. Okay, I don't know if there's any others that have... Oh, wait. I think... like the carrot. Cheese wheels. I forget what I made this into. I think I did this... cloth, maybe? Let's just do that. I think cloth works. Go through all of these. Make sure they're all set to cloth. I'll have to double check in game which ones are still set to be organic. All right. Where's the carrot? Minish carrot. Cabbage too, so I'll probably do all of those. Minish. Carrot. Diminish cabbage. Oh, it finished saving. Minish potato. Brambleberry has arrived. Welcome. I'm putting finishing touches on the vacant home, the Minish Dungeon. I'm gonna add enemies. And then I'm gonna test it. Pesto. I kind of want one up here. I don't know if it'll like it, but it's worth a shot. Put one there. One up here. Put a pesto down here. That's not nav mesh, but I'm going to put a scissor beetle in here. There should be one over here as well. And a pesto. This guy is hidden. So. And there's one there. Oh, I should do nav meshing here. That's probably not necessary. Put a pesto here. And for good measure, scissor beetle down here. For no reason. It's just there. Okay. It's a decent number of scissor beetles. Alright. Should be good. Control skull collision is fixed. There's some other things that I want to do also, but I'm going to Did Pumpkin? Oh, Pumpkin left the lot. I guess Pumpkin abandoned the Pumpkin Cam. Still saving. Oop. Where did Pumpkin go? He might return to his spot, but if he doesn't, yeah, he swallowed invisibility potion. So I'll put something in his place. Pumpkin disappeared, so I replaced him with a little plushie. Oh, there you are, Pumpkin. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. I finished. I think I finished the nav mesh. So I'm about to jump into Skyrim and test it. Here's the glorious nav mesh. Oh, I do have to finalize it though. Damn it. Forgot to set the cover and finalize it, so we get to save it again. It's kind of a minor. I probably don't need to save it to test it, so I'm just gonna test it. But I think it's fully nav meshed, so we're just gonna jump in and test the dang thing. That carrot isn't cut out. Oh! Missed a carrot. Not going to save because nothing really has happened. Alright. Let's test. No. I guess chunk merge even close. Let's test this in game. This in so there's no echo. I am saddened that Pumpkin abandoned his tower. He's just sitting by the basement door, looking expectant. He's not allowed in the basement, but sometimes he wants to. He wants to be in the basement. Because he's not allowed in it. So he wants to be down there, but he's not allowed down there. So he wants to be in it. It's a vicious cycle. He is cat. Yeah, he is cat. He wants to survey his kingdom. Okay, so this is the vacant home. I'm gonna do something real quick. Heck is it? There it is. OC7C63 D4. Alright. We need the Minish Mage's cap. Put that on. Okay, so the vacant home is right here. There's a chimney, and there's lovely smoke coming from the chimney. So it looks like there's somebody inside. It is located north of Morthal, so it will be a normal location on the map. I cross my fingers that it doesn't conflict with Creation Club content or anything like that. It was very difficult to find a place for it because it's this weird L-shaped house. Doesn't seem like there's a seam. There's this really nice hill right here. You know what else I'm gonna do? Because I don't have time. Alright, get... Oh, wait. So, looks good so far. Oh, I need to favorite my torches. Even though this is just a testing character, I need to see. There's a nice natural hill that just kind of sits into very nicely. There's no clipping or anything like that. There's some, like, maybe some with the branches, but I tried to position it properly. It looks very overgrown. The door doesn't work. The door is painted on. So, in this case, the fairy is hovering over the actual entrance to the dungeon, which might throw people off, but just, you know, just look. There's a ladder. Just keep searching, you'll find the ladder, and then you climb on the roof, and there is a smoking Minish portal. However, if you're not wearing the Minish cap, then it will tell you this area is enchanted with ancient diminishing magic that can be harnessed with certain apparel. So, we're going to use the certain apparel. So that works. That's good. Now this goes through the chimney and you end up on the mantle. So here we are on the mantle. And then this is a normal door. So we can just use this door to pop back out. And it returns us to the original place where we came from. There's another door that's locked that we'll have to find a key for. So this is the vacant home. There's one of the pestos, so the nav mesh down there is working. I thought I saw that carrot move and I got confused. So we have to get down, and we're high enough up that poses a challenge. So if we jump down, we would break our kneecaps. So what I sort of put in place was if you climb onto the handle of this pot, then you can kind of jump down to the cooking spit and into the soup. And you could jump into the fire. There's nothing in the fire. I might put something in there, but I'm not sure. Probably won't do that. But it does hurt, so if I turn off God mode, if you get too close, it does start to burn you. Oh. Out of here, pesto. And pesto is the first enemy, which works really well. So let me just test this. So, oh man, the collision data still isn't working. For fireplace. I thought I reset that, but it seems to be misbehaving grievously. Should not be able to phase through it. But these pieces of firewood work, so I might just rebuild it from scratch and just use logs that are on fire instead of the actual fireplace thing. But at least you can get out. So you can get out if you get stuck in there. Let's loot the pesto. Okay, that's good. So then we get down onto the floor here by climbing on the firewood. And there are several Minish chests throughout the area. Or maybe this isn't locked. I think this is actually... okay, so this is not locked. So you can just get out. Nothing's trapping you in. The ultimate final weathered strongbox, which is the whole point of this thing, is locked. So that is what you want to actually find, or the key for. So you can exit at any time. The doors are not locked. It's like an escape room. So we have to get onto the bed because there is... You can hear a scissor beetle in the chest there. So we're going to climb up this. Doesn't work super well. We can climb up this stack of books. There we go. There used to be a Minish chest there, but I moved it. And now we're on the bed. And there's our Minish chest and our scissor beetle friend. There we go. Ooh, Purple Kinstone Part 8. First Minish chest. Vacant home, key 1. Very good. Scissor beetle war axe. Guaranteed scissor beetle war axe. Now here's the problem. We have to get out of here. So we have to use our good friend, the Hylian shield. Fun fact, this Hylian shield is actually a little small. Because I had to shrink it to fit it into the chest. But you can get up it pretty easily, so there's no no issue there, which is good. This doesn't have a nav mesh under it because you can't fit under there. There's nothing really on top here. There's some gems. So that's nothing. So we had the first key. So now we have to continue our merry way. Find the second key. The lighting looks really good in here. The candles look a little funky fresh, so I might try to tweak them, but yeah, see the one on the left there, you can see the flame is clipping out of there. So I might try to mess with those, but I also don't really care that much. Alright, scissor bead. Oh, and a pesto. Alright. They kind of sunk into the... This might be floating a little bit. Rogues floating. Nope. Alright. See what kind of... Scissor beetle chitin. Would be... Oh man, yeah, that would be quite the challenge, because to make this happen, a little bit behind the scenes, to make this happen, I had to make every single object and make a copy of it and increase its size by 12 times, and I had to update the collision data. So every item here is custom. So someone would have to make custom objects for every single thing in Skyrim. It would be quite an undertaking. Okay, that's good. That's fine. There's no gaps. Check the carrot. Carrot's fine. Cabbage. My cabbage. Bucket. Bucket's good. Gotta check the collision on all these things. Carrot. Look at that. It's a man-sized apple. And the natural lighting is actually pretty good too. But here's the Minish chest. Gonna take that one, guaranteed scissor beetle bow. And this is very fresh horker meat. There's also a pot over here. Ting. the idea is that the shelf is propped up on that pot. Fell over. Gotta check the cheese. It's the cheese. Cheese is good. Alright, now we have to get up onto the table. Cheese. So we can use the broom. Might have to get back on the onto this thing. Yeah, it's one of those limitations of Skyrim's engine. Shrinking things is not a guarantee for success. And neither is expanding things. The Silver Centurion in Special Edition is still absolutely wacky. I still have not been able to figure out how to make him not weird. Room. There's a scissor beetle waiting for us. Very good. And there's the Minish chest. Cheese might need to be cheese wedge on table. Rotate. Doesn't seem to be. I don't remember what we tried. Scaled up model. I think I did try that. I'm pretty sure I did try that. I can try again, but it's one of those things that, like, if somebody else wants to try it, by all means. Oh, flagging. I'm just focusing on so many other things. Okay. Oh yeah, I also added sound to the candles, so it sounds like they're burning very loudly because they're so big. Okay, so getting down, I deliberately placed these chairs so that it's easy to get down. Also, this carrot is enormous. And the reason is, my original plan for this area was for it to match the other Minish dungeons, and by that I mean everything would be 50 times larger. I tried that, and it was absolutely ridiculous. The level would unload the everything was so far apart that you couldn't see anything because the game was unloading it because it was too far away. So I scaled it down, and also everything was so far away it wasn't fun. You were just walking forever. It was just way too big. So this is a good size. Everything kind of fits, and you still feel small, and everything still feels very, very big, but it feels like a normal, sane size, as opposed to the ridiculous nonsense. Pumpkin has joined us in the office. Hello. Okay. Oh, I should check for a kinstone on that thing. Okay. So, we got our next key. We need to find another key, which is up there. So we have to get up there somehow. This was another challenge. The ladder was too steep. So I had to tweak it so that it wasn't too steep. So now it's the right angle. Fortunately, it's so big that you can't tell that it's not at a proper angle. So, in order to... The ladder actually provides 2 opportunities. One is this direction, and the other is the other direction. We actually have to go left first. So, lower ourselves right here, and drop onto the dummy. I should probably test... I'm going to test something. I'm going to test to make sure that there's no fall damage there. Okay. Okay, good. No fall damage. Okay. There's a friend here. Re-enable God mode because this character's level 1. Oh, get out of the way. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And then this should be metal too. No. Okay, good. We got a steel ingot. Nice. That's good. And then in testing, I found that this had fall damage when you drop off of it, so I added the firewood here so that you could not die. Now we can go back up. And, oh good, the scissor beetle successfully went up here. So there is a nav mesh up here that's functioning. Out of the way, jerk ass. I'm deliberately putting scissor beetles in high places because they're affected by physics, so you could use Fuzro Da and blast them off, which is just fun. Also, there's little drips. There's a drip in the ceiling. That's why there's a bucket on the floor. So now we have to either jump onto the sword or jump onto this thing. So that works, and then we can jump onto the sword. And good, the collision has been fixed on the troll skull, Pesto. There we go. Troll skull is happy. And this is fun. Oh, I hate it when it does that. There we go. We drop. And we drop. Another Pesto waiting for us. So there is a... I'll get rid of him first. There is a chest here. However, we don't have the key for it. We have the key for that chest. And this is another little bit of game design that I'm happy with. Is you jump down from there, you plop, you trundle on down here, and then you're like, oh, hey, a chest. And you open it, and you're like, huh? And you turn around, and there's the chest. And you're like, oh, that's the chest I have to go to. I need to turn that down. Woohoo! Alright, so when we pop up here, another thing I might do is make it so that you can collect the salt out of these. Vacant home number 5, there we go. So now we have to go back here. The only issue now is we have to go back onto the ladder. Which is why there's a scissor beetle here. So we have to fight this bad boy. Jump. See if I can make it onto the sword. Yep, got onto the sword. I think that would have caused fall damage. And then there is actually a way to just drop down from here if you just go bada boosh. This is kind of a bonus little area, so I might do something here, like make it so that you can... I don't know, there should be something here, since you can drop down onto it. Alright, now we can unlock this chest. Oh, no. Shoot. I went the wrong way. Whoops. We did it before, we can do it again. Okay. There we go, Vacant Home 7. So now that we can go back to where we are. Now, the only thing that's a little weird is the stuff that's metal doesn't have a... Like, when you step on it, there's no footstep sound. So I might have set it to the wrong type of metal. I think this is metal. Yeah. Yeah, like, when you step on stone, there's the landing sound, but the metal doesn't have a landing sound. So I might check on that. I might do some experiments to see if it's supposed to be like solid metal or if it's supposed to be a different type of metal. But long story short, we have finally traversed the entire dungeon. We found our wind element, which I need to put the models in. The whole point of the dungeon, the wind element, and there's guaranteed Stalfos bone mold as well as bone meal and netch leather, so you can make your own. And then this is a unique item for the dungeon. It's the Minish coin shield, which looks like this. Let me put a one-handed weapon in my hand. It's a pretty standard shield, but it is a septum. And it's a pretty big shield at that. And it is the same. The thing that kind of inspired me was I looked at these coins and I was like, it would be kind of, those are like shield size at this scale. So I thought to myself, those could work as a shield. So they're pretty much the same size. The shield is a little bigger because of the way that the game scales things when you hold them. But yeah, so I was like, at that scale, this could be a shield, and I made it a shield. So it looks like everything's good. There are, I mean, I'm missing, the main thing is missing the model for the wind element, and there's some small little bits and bobs here that I need to fix. So I also need to fix the collision on this, but I'm half tempted to, because it didn't work, it didn't take it. So I wonder if I do need to get rid of this thing. That's just the glow. Gravity, let's get rid of the NI node. That's not necessary. Get rid of the ash. I can put the ash in later. What are you? Oh, wait a second. Is it missing? I knew it. Okay, the BSX flags are wrong. That's the problem. Havok. Yeah, it didn't have Havok. That's the problem. Okay, so that should be fine now. I don't need to make any other adjustments. Okay. So that might be fixed. The rugs I need to lower just a little bit so that they sit flush with the ground. Okay. Let's check this one. Ooh, texture's a little funky fresh on that one. I think I'm just gonna... Oh, yeah, that's really bad. Let me open that up. Which rug is that? That is rug 3. Rug 3. Yeah, it's missing an alpha flag. Yep. Alpha property. It does have the alpha property. This one doesn't have, this part doesn't. Well, that's the edge, so maybe it's not calling to an alpha property. Alpha property, alpha property. What's your malfunction? Vertex alpha. Alpha 1. Let me see if the other... Oh no, I only have that one rug because it's the only rug I needed. Elf's Ear has the alpha property set properly. I know that much. Soft lighting. Open rug again. Compare the two. Alpha property. The threshold is different, but I don't know if that would cause an issue. No. They have the same flags. Double-sided. This one doesn't have soft lighting on it. I don't know if that would cause any issues. Nope, that didn't do anything. Specular. Cast shadows. Same flags. BSX flags are different. Articulated, it's not any of those. Let me look at the actual texture. Well, that's a vanilla texture, though. So it might be... Common, textures common. Textures clutter. Common. It doesn't have an alpha channel. So this must have come from some like high resolution texture pack or something. So this isn't in the model itself. It's not the problem of the model. Oh no, this is Rug 02. What am I doing? Let's look at Rug 03. Also does not have an alpha channel, so I was right. So it's not the model. It's something to do with this stupid thing. Let me... I'm going to save this because I don't want Creation Kit to freak out. Once it's saved, I'm going to delete the rug textures in here. Broom seems to be fine. But I'll just delete these because they're all these ones from April 2015. Because they seem to be missing alpha channels and I don't really want to bother with that. So then after that, I'll have to tweak the cheese and flagon, move some rugs around. Collision for fireplace is probably fixed. And that should be it. The dungeon's done. Very satisfying. Still have stuff to do in the Lower Castle, but Lower Castle I'm kind of holding off on. I do need to check the ghost ship, though. Because I know I was working on revamping it, but I don't know if I ever finished that. Oh, I need to get my snack. Alright. I'll let it save. I'm going to get my snack really quick. Oof. Pumpkin never returned. Oh, yeah, Pumpkin used the litter box. my snack. Okay. I'm going to delete these textures. I don't need them. Well, that seems normal. My guess is let me see if there's I'm sure it's fine, but I'm just going to double check that the model isn't calling to a different. It wouldn't be, though. Clutter. Common. Rug. Yeah, Rogo 3. I believe that's what it's calling to. So it's probably just because it... Yeah, so that's what it would look like. So I guess I can just have these two as placeholders. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Because it's just going to look like that. And then once it like reloads, it'll be fine. Okay. I'm not going to worry about collision data of the metal stuff yet. I'll peek at that at some point. Alright. Rugs no longer floating. Collision for fireplace is probably fixed. Cheese on the table. Look at the cheese on the table. Local translation. Clear the saloon. go. And then flagon. Let's just rise up. Alright. Floating flagon. Done. Done. Wind element. They're all here. Yeah, they're tri-shapes. I wonder why it was invisible in game. Oh, 194 is correct. I don't know why it was invisible in game. I think the other elements are fine. Yeah, that one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. It appears in Creation Kit. Skyrim is just stupid. The long and short of it. Okay. I'm going to click save again. And then I'm going to check the ghost ship to see if it's like in the process of being revamped. If it is being revamped, I'll finish revamping it. Well, at any rate, Vacant Home Minish Dungeon is finished. Which also means I have to implement the light force. So, my goals for the next update, I think I already did Eticophobia. I'll check. This is pretty much already in. Once I finish Loro Castle, that'll be done. This, I'm going to put a question mark on. Minish Dungeon is finished. I want to do some other small things. And I have to implement the light force. Let me look at the ideas sheet to see what the ideas for the light force were. It's the essence of living things. Powerful force contained within all beings. Tangible essence within Zelda's bloodline. Great magical power. So it's within power of light, the mystic aura. So it would have to be some sort of like something that's within Zelda herself. I mean, she would have had to transfer it during the last Great War of Hyrule to some receptacle. Some magical altar. It can be extracted. Okay, so yeah, Vati was trying to extract it. Obviously, no, I don't think a villain would have succeeded in doing that within Relics of Hyrule's story, so Zelda would have done that herself and like put it somewhere safe. Made some sort of like font of it. So that gives me some wiggle room with what I can do with it. Okay. Look at the ghost ship. Sea of Ghosts. What I should do is do Kina Langdonzel and just look outside, because if it's connected I can disconnect it. Kina Langdonzel Tower. Oh. Oh no, dang it. I wanted to go out. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go onto Kino Langdonzel itself. I wanted to be on the outside. That can go away. Creation kit. Why do you have to be like this? Well, I guess it would have crashed either way, because I went down at the Kino Langdonzel. Great. Okay, cool. Love it. You love to see it. Oh, it woke up. Did something, but it's also not responding. So maybe, yeah, I think it's time for Creation Kit to just take a nap. Let's pop right back into it. In other news, one of my little hobbies that I've been doing, obviously there's Relics of Hyrule, but I've also been playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion, and I've been making sprites for Pokemon Infinite Fusion. So while Creation Kit is loading, we'll take a little bit of a detour and show off some things that I have made. So this is the first one that I made. This is Bellsprout and Onyx. And then the second one that I did was this one. This is Swablu and Sunflora. And then the piece de resistance is Bellossom and Poliwhirl. Very proud of this one. My wife loves this one. And those are the three that I submitted to the Pokemon Infinite Fusion Discord, and they gave me the go-ahead to keep making sprites. So these were submitted to the actual gallery, and they will be integrated into the game. I believe, or they're in the running. They're in the running to be integrated into the game. So after that, I made this one. This is actually the one that kind of inspired all of this. So I refined it and submitted that one as well. Slackoth and Raticate. And then another one. All of these are ones that are actually currently missing from Pokemon Infinite Fusion, so I'm just filling in the gaps. Oricorio Sensu and Vigoroth. Very, very silly. And then I made Electabuzz and Electabuzz and Bellossom, which is actually a request. Another sprite that's missing, but this was a requested sprite. And the most recent one that I did was the inverted version of that. It's Bellossom and Electabuzz. And really happy with this one too. But the really funny thing is, this little like grass skirt made me think of the Piantas from Super Mario Sunshine. So I made this as an alternative. I made that one as an alternative. So when people play the game, they would either be able to use this one or this one. So very happy with those. And then there's a couple other ones that I made, like this one with the black stripes, and this one that doesn't have. This one's probably not complete, but this one, with black stripes, and then this one without the grass skirt. But either way, that's one of the things I've been doing. I've also been playing a lot of FTL. I'm getting to a point where I can consistently get to the final boss, and I've beaten the final boss with a lot of different ships, so I'm happy about that as well. Okay, something else I wanted to check. I think I already did this. I keep forgetting that I did this. I'm pretty sure Nehru's Pearl connects to the archive now, because I made the archive cubes. So I'm pretty sure Moon Pearl Nehru. I'm glad people like them. They got good responses on the Pokemon Infinite Fusion Discord. It was one of those things that I was like not sure if I could do it, but I like looked at, like, they have a lot of rules, they have a lot of guidelines. And I just kind of like oh yeah, archive storage Nehru. Yeah, so I did do it. Okay, cool. So it is connected. Good. I looked at all their rules, and I like looked at the guidelines, and the Discord was really helpful with like seeing like how shading worked, so and all that stuff. So I'm really happy with that. And my plan is, like, as I play through Pokemon Infinite Fusion, if I encounter a sprite that is missing, I will just make it, no matter what it is, and I'll submit it. Okay. Ghost Ship. That's what I wanted to do. And actually, yeah, let's do Kina Langdell Tower properly this time. And I'll probably actually open it this way. I can probably, yeah, view teleport marker, why not? And that should... Okay, yeah, that's outside. Okay, the ghost ship has not been redone yet. So that's something I can work on behind the scenes, and it's not integrated yet. Okay, good. Good. Great and good. So I don't have to worry about that. The ghost ship can be delayed until the next update. because that's going to be an undertaking in and of itself. Let's see. I was working on the the actual final reforging of the Four Sword. Because I am working on the Temple of Light. And it's currently... So we have the Howling Stone, but currently there's no way into it, as far as I know. So this might be something that I'll have to wait on. Because it would make sense for the light force to be like right here. So let me look at the link between worlds. When the temple expansions happen, that's probably when I'll put the light force in the Temple of Light. So the light force might have to be delayed until the temple expansions happen, because right now there's no way into the Temple of Light as far as I know. Yeah, because this hasn't been redone yet. And that's going to be where the entryway is, but we need the keys to get there, and those haven't been implemented yet. So I'm going to make a note for myself that the light force will have to be delayed as well. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no, yes I can. Insert row below. I have to turn off the pumpkin cam. It's not really pointing at anything. Okay. Okay. Turn off the pumpkin cam. The pumpkin's not coming back. Okay, so the light force will have to delay it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm planning, is that I already changed the recipes. So the recipes for the Four Sword, I haven't changed the final recipe. So we have the Picori Blade, stage 0 mesh. Yeah, I think it is. I don't know what that would be used for. I don't know how that would fit into the line of progression. So currently there's Elemental White Sword 1. So it would just be the White Sword, reforging it into the White Sword, but without any elements, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to make a note of that and do it another time. So the earth element is in. The wind element is in. So White Sword 3 is in. White Sword 2 uses fire. White Sword 3 uses water. So yeah, the 4 sword is here, and then the true 4 sword currently uses the old recipes. It was going to be inserted as the receptacle for all the physical materials for the sword, and then the elements themselves will be added in each stage. Okay, that makes sense. So I can still do that. I can still make a white sword that is in between the Picori Blade and the White Sword 1. So we have to rework these recipes. So it would be, I'll have to change, I'm going to change this from Dwarven Ingot because that's not logical. Let me look. Elemental White Sword. So it would be the, I guess it would be the White Sword, and then it would be the Elemental White Sword. Picori Blade. Base damage of 10, so it would make sense for it to be 11 for the White Sword 0. So, no enchantment. First person. Change this to 0. Oh, Picori White. Yeah, that would make sense. Picori White Sword. That would make sense. 4 White Sword 0. Okay. Open. White Sword. Picori White Sword. Zero. White Sword 1. Picori White Sword 0. Okay. The description should be something like reforged from the Picori Blade and on its way to being a cool, awesome sword of awesomeness. I get slightly faster, or slightly slower. How much is the Picori Blade worth? 7. Okay, so 500. I guess we go between 751 minus 500, or 501. No, 751 plus 501. Oh my gosh. 626. That's the average of the two. Alright. Picori White Sword. Refortune and destined to contain magical energies of worlds. Okay. If I find a better description, I'll figure it out. Alright. New form. Almost erased elemental white 0. I'm just gonna name it in-game elemental white. It doesn't have any elements, but I just want to do elemental white 0. So I'm gonna make a forge recipe. And then I'll make well, actually the enchanting recipe, it wouldn't make sense to be able to enchant it. So this would be the same. And I'll make this 40. 40 smithing. Until white 0. Okay. So then just dwarven doesn't make sense, so it would make more sense for it to be something else. Because it's a white sword. So it wouldn't be dwarven. It would be something else. I mean, there could be an ingot of orichalcum because it has a green handle. It could simply be steel, but I'm also thinking Goron steel. Definitely orichalcum. Ingot of orichalcum. But it could be quicksilver. I think quicksilver would be better. Okay, that makes more sense. Quicksilver for the blade, orichalcum. Because Goron steel is like Goron steel. It's not like a Minish element. Or Minish, whatever the frick. Okay, we'll stick with that for now. Leather strips for the handle, orichalcum for the handle, silver for the blade. Quicksilver for the blade. Plus, I just like using quicksilver. Alright. So now, that can only be done at the forge. I could make an enchanting recipe for it. That uses alteration. What does this require? Come on. Hello. Hello. Oh my god. Yeah, something like this. I could also do Aquanine instead of Orichalcum. Now that I think about it. I'll keep that. I think that's fine. 0. This goes to Elemental White 0. Oh, leather strips. It's the same recipe, it's just that the Ancient Enchanter requires alteration. I wouldn't say enchanting, just alteration. Enchanting doesn't, that's not what enchanting does. Alteration magic, that makes sense. Okay, so for now, I'll do that. Pumpkin is using the litter box. Let me look at where Aquanine can be obtained. Water Temple. There is a treasure chest that respawns, and it is in Goron ore, so it is possible to obtain it. It's only used in the Phantom and the Locomo, so it's used in Phantom and Locomo. Okay, so there's only 2 places that it can be found. So it's very rare. I don't think this thing respawns. It doesn't. Okay, so I need to make it a little more feasible to find. Well, this should be Loot Goron or 100. Because it's... Alright. I think for now, I'm actually going to change this to Aquanine. I'll keep Quicksilver, but I'm going to change that to Aquanine. And at some point I'm gonna make it let me look at that. It would make sense for there to be veins. I do want to make them more common. Pure master or pure metal or yeah, okay, yeah, ore veins. Okay. Right, yeah. So I can put it for now. I can put it in. First of all, this is more common. I'm gonna put it in the Goron loot. No, that's extra. Creation kit, come on. This was extra. I'm gonna put it in Roxanne's chest, so she has a chance of selling Goron ore. So at least it'll be a little more common. It's not going to be super common, but it's something. And yeah, the veins, the ore veins, that's something I'll have to work on. Gemos. I can also put it in Gemos loot. Okay, yeah, the only difference is the moon shard, so I'll put all three of these in rare Gemos loot, and they are slightly more common. Armos. I feel like 10% is too much, or too little for Armos. I'm gonna make that 75, so I'll make it a 25 instead. Put them in here, so it's pretty. I'll get rid of these. So you always have a chance of getting something good. Okay. Yes. So they're a little more common now. And then I'll add ore veins at some point. Like that. And then I'll write it down here. Veins for pure metals. Okay, and then I'm going to adjust the recipes for the 4-sword, and then that's going to be it for tonight. So I'm going to get rid of... I have to fix this because it has to be... Can't be the Picori Blade. Picori. Somebody took me to task once for pronouncing it Picori. Well, I apologize for having an American accent. Okay, we don't need ingot. We don't need other strips. Just change this to white 0. Change this to white 0. Should be it. Smithing level 50 I'm not sure about, because the whole point of it is that you needed smithing level something to get in the first place, so I'm gonna remove that requirement. Oh, I also need to do this. Oh yeah, you temper it with Quicksilver anyway, so it does make sense for it to be Quicksilver. Okay, so I just need to tidy up the recipes and then that'll be it for tonight. Made a lot of progress. Good. Duplicate, who cares about the duplicate? White 0. That's already done. Oh yeah, I need to change the forge recipe to have aquanine. The creation kit is acting very slow. Or maybe it should be the opposite. Maybe you should have a smithing requirement for the forge. So maybe the forge should have, because that's more consistent. The forge has a smithing requirement and the enchanter doesn't, but you still have have a decent like enchanting skill. So I think that makes the most sense. So I'm gonna, whatever I just did, this one, no. I'm still gonna remove the requirements, like these extra things, but the conditions will still remain. White sword. This is the one. Yeah, because this one used to rely on the Picori Blade. I need to look. I didn't do the enchanting for this one, did I? Okay, yeah. So this one should be actor value smithing. It should be 50. Because it should be easier to do at the enchanter. Okay. White 1 forge. White 1. Alright. There's the forge. So I'm going to get rid of these extra recipes. And I'll have to make an enchanting one for the other one. The first one. So get rid of fire salts. Get rid of soul gem. This is fine. Forge weapon, enchanter. So this one needs 1, 2. So this one, to go from 0 to 1, needs needs a recipe. And it should be alteration 40. Or enchanting 50. Okay. It's not used by anything. Alright. Earth. Get rid of the void salts on this one. Void salts. True. There, these ones, that one's fine. This one, 4 sword 3. And then I can keep the recipe for the fused ones. Or the true 4 sword. Because the light force isn't in yet. There we go. Okay. That's good. Let me just double check. So that one was 50-60. So this one should be 45. 55. Oh my god, creation kit. Oh, that's fifth smithing. So this one should be 45, 55, and then I'm gonna be done. Yeah, 45, 55. Okay. That's going to be it. So, that's going to be the end of that stream. Thank you everybody for coming. Next week I am planning on streaming Pokemon Infinite Fusion. And then after that, I might do FTL. I think I want to do FTL stream again because the last stream I did I was not as experienced and now I am. So I kind of want to stream FTL and see how far I can get. So, thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed. Join us next time for Pokemon Infinite Fusion. And might do some sprite making next week too. That would be fun. Have a good night. Have a good day. I had a sign up. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. There we go.